morning, you guys. Today, while I get ready, I'm just gonna share about the things that make mine and Jake's marriage work. You can call it advice if you want to, but this was one of the questions that I got the most in my Q&A, so let's do it. So to preface, Jake and I have been together since we were 16, so in February, it'll be 18 years. We got married in 2012, so 12 years of marriage. First thing that comes to mind always is that we are always a team. Whether it's chores at the end of the night or getting kids to and from practice, really anything in life, like financial goals that we have, we're always a team. We always talk about it together. We always make a plan together. We don't keep score or hold things against each other. Jake just texted me. Eli bought Inside Out, The Incredibles, and Wreck-It Ralph yesterday, and we already own them. We don't keep score against each other. I did this, this, and this, so you need to do this. It's more of just like, what can we do or get done so at the end of the day, we can come together and spend time together. We also know that like in terms of keeping score, neither one of us are perfect and we're gonna upset each other at some point. I know like if I did something to upset Jake, I apologize sincerely. He did something that upsets me, he apologizes, I forgive him, we move on, we let that shit go. Neither one of us are perfect. Also, Jake has us do this thing that when we're in a fight and we just can't see eye to eye, we lay on the floor, our stomachs facing each other with our hands like this. We have to talk like this until we work it out, because I saw some video somewhere that said like you can't stay mad at someone when you're looking at them like this. It might be controversial, but nothing is separate for us, including our finances. And it's been that way since we were 19 years old before we even got engaged, which sounds crazy. I know, but we knew that we wanted to get married and spend the rest of our lives together. And I had lost my job at 19 and he supported us. We've always just viewed money as ours. It's not what I make. It's not what he makes. It's what we make together, because we both work hard. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. I think knowing each other's love languages and loving someone in the way that they feel most loved is important. That's what we do for each other. I know the way that Jake feels most loved is acts of service. So if he comes home and the house is clean, he can just relax and he feels so loved and taken care of. That for me, my biggest love language is quality time. So if he were to come home and say, hey, I planned a date night for us, or extreme, but like we're going on a parent staycation or whatever, like that is the way that I feel most loved. He does that for me. But I'm also a girl and I also like gifts. Love languages can sound like kind of cheesy, but they really do work. Communication is just like a huge one. We love to over communicate. Jake will call me and ask one question and then sit on the phone in silence, and I'll be like, is there anything else that you need? No. Okay. But I do feel like there's so many conflicts, even that I see in like movies and stuff, that I'm like, this could have been solved with one simple conversation. Biting the bullet and having the uncomfortable conversation in the end is so much better than just holding things in and walking on eggshells. I literally can't hold anything in. Can't. I talk about it all. There are no secrets because I can't hold anything in from him. I tell him everything and vice versa. Except he does have like a client confidentiality for financial stuff, which I don't really care. We put a big emphasis on continuing to date each other even after kids and all of the chaos of life. Our kids will grow up one day and they will get married and they will start their own families and it will just be the two of us. So we put an emphasis on knowing each other outside of our roles as parents, because one day it is just going to be the two of us again. On those intentional date nights, we talk about our hopes and our dreams and things just like outside of parenting, but we also talk about parenting. Part of continuing to date each other is continuing to flirt with each other. Sweet and sexy and fun. Another big thing that I think especially happened when we moved here was encouraging each other to have friendships outside of our marriage, because we didn't really have as much community. Jake's parents originally weren't going to be here full time. Sam and Sus weren't here. So we needed to build community and friends. And so we really encouraged each other to make friends. It's important for him to have guy time. He does the same for me. He knows that I just love my girl time and it's the best. Something that has really brought us closer together is taking a genuine interest in each other's interests and hobbies. I was not always a big sports girly, but because Jake loves sports, he could watch any sport. I just started watching with him and learning, and I grew to love most sports, not all. And it turned into a really fun date night activity. Of course, I'm turning it into quality time. Or something we just even do on the weeknights is watch sports together. And then vice versa. I love home decor, home renovations, and Jake was not handy until we bought our first home. And because I loved all of these things, he self-taught how to do a lot of carpentry and stuff. So he did all of our framing in of our windows. He did wood walls in our house. We loved designing spaces together. It's really important to be each other's biggest cheerleader for us. Also each other's biggest support. Two different things. Always rooting Jake on in his business, but there are also times where he just needs help because he's overwhelmed. And so I have to take over on certain things at home, and then vice versa. There's certain times where I'm so overwhelmed, he just fills in the gap. Only Weston is mopping the floor. The kids are home from school today. We do take on very biblical roles in our marriage, and I feel like that can be controversial. Jake is the head head of our household and I do often defer to him. Or if there's a decision to be made, I'll be like, I have to check with Jake first. Also only works because Jake takes the verse that comes right after the submission to the husband very seriously, where it says husbands should love their wives like Christ loves the church. And what did Christ do for the church? He literally gave all for the church. That's what Jake does for us. That kind of relationship does not work if both sides don't put in their equal role. When it comes to like big decision making, we do everything together. We are constantly talking. I don't even feel like we have to come to each other because we're constantly just like texting and calling each other all day. In hard times, it's like really easy to shut yourself off from people, but we really cling to each other. And to learn that like in those hard times, we don't have to solve each other's problems, but we just have to be there for the other person to lean on. When someone was going through something hard, we used to come to each other. The other person would like try to fix the problem. I would say to him or he would say to me, don't need you to fix this. I just need you to hear me. And just in all areas of relationship, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, need to be in balance. Can't be really like any area that's lacking a whole lot. Intimacy in all aspects is important. It makes you feel closer to the other person. And I think that's pretty much everything. And we always go by work hard, play hard, but work hard comes first. That's in marriage too. Work hard on our marriage and we have fun in our marriage. I haven't brushed my teeth yet. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna put some lipstick on. I'm gonna get changed out of this gingerbread robe to continue on with the day. But I hope you guys have a great day. Love you. Bye.